there, and welcome to Season 11, Episode 3 of the Bitcoin Takeover podcast. We are still in Istanbul at the Lightning Hackathon, and this is an interview with Lipa. They are the three co-founders. They are Adrian. So I guess as you're looking, it's from right to left. We have Adrian. You can wave at the camera. Patrick and Bastian. They have developed a service which enables Lightning payments and makes them very easy, but also in a non-custodial way. And that's what made me interested about their service. As far as I know, they launched last year and they're still growing. They're still trying to make payments very simple for everyone. They're trying to onboard basically, as far as I can understand, restaurants and people who use point of sale devices. And please, right now, go ahead and tell me about how you started this and why you decided to compete with the likes of BTC Pay Server and all the others that do kind of similar services. Who wants to go first?
You're the first in line.
Well, we saw that Bitcoin adoption needs businesses accepting Bitcoin as payments. And, well, Lightning is the payment layer for Bitcoin. So we decided to use Lightning for the payments and build a payment solution based on Lightning. And well, we could have said that we go to businesses and tell them to set up a BTC Pay server, but our experience was that businesses don't like to have an additional device. They don't want to have an additional device running and have to maintain it. So nowadays it's still too complicated for a regular business like a bar or restaurant just to run such a device in order to accept just, Bitcoin payments.
So I guess that answer applies to all three of you. I forgot to ask about your roles. What is it that each of you does for the project?
Well, I do the most of the software engineering together with our software engineering team. Also some software architecture.
I'm more on the business side, so I'm caring for everything non-technical, and I'm trying to be the bridge between software engineering and visual stuff. Also, yeah.
Currently, I have more like a technical product owner role in terms of we will be launching an application for Android and iOS. And so I'm taking over like the coordination part in terms of what features to be next and what features in general and in the future.
It's always nice to talk about taking over on the Bitcoin Takeover podcast. So thank you for that, Bastian. And I was wondering, why haven't I heard of you before this conference? Like, I'm not going to shame you into saying that you need marketing or whatever, but obviously you're building stuff that's very useful for people who need to adopt Lightning very fast and in a way that doesn't really cause them headaches, or, they don't need to manage their own devices. So where have you been so far? Like, where did you promote at conferences or events? Because I don't even know you on Twitter. I'm going to start following you now. You said that this is your first podcast also. So I'm honored to be the one who introduces you.
So as for now, we are pretty much in stealth mode. So we started with this journey in February last year. So developing all the backend and the front end was a huge part of the development of this company. So for now, we are actually in a friends and family phase. We're already on mainnet. We have some customers, some restaurants and bars who are already using Lipa as a payment solution for to receive Lightning payments. But still, we have a long way to actually have a version like a 1.0 in the Play Store, in the Google, and in the Android store. We are on test flight, but as I said, it's friends and family, so we can gather feedback and make the application much more easy and much more usable, so that we actually have a potential to grow. So
Yeah, maybe I can add to your interesting question, which was also our question, marketing. Yeah, we were not certain on funding and everything, and are still not on everything, but we now also start really hiring people in that space. And as you can see, we are more the technical guys. I'm the least technical one, but I'm still a software engineer from my background. And yeah, that's maybe one of the reasons why people don't know us so well yet.
So is Lipa free open source software? Like, can I find your code on GitHub to review it? Can I fork it to produce something else? Or can I use it commercially? Like, what kind of license do you have?
Well, the current implementation we have is just some sort of MVP, and also it's not fully non-custodial. It is custodial. That's also why we are in stealth mode, and that's also one of the reasons why you haven't heard about us. So we are currently working on creating the non-custodial solution, and especially the Lightning parts, they will be open source. Also, there is a sample implementation of LDK, which we made just to getting more familiar with LDK in order to evaluate whether we want to use it or not. And this sample implementation, well, it's not a production ready, definitely not, but it's open source. You can find it on GitHub, yes.
Also, as we are planning to open source most of the application, just some very business related stuff, which will be kind of a company secret, we will hold back. As you were asking for the license, we haven't decided on the license yet. This is why we also cannot open source it at the moment.
Well, it's nice that you said that I haven't heard of you, because you haven't made up your mind about the license and it's still custodial, because there are lots of services out there that are custodial, but everyone hears about them. Some of them are American and might be called Strike. I'm not going to take cheap shots at them, or the Chiva wallet from El Salvador, but there needs to be a lot of improvement in terms of both UI and functionality. And for that, we need standardization of ways to pay invoices, because you have like 2 or 3 standards today that you can use to pay one invoice. And sometimes you have a wallet that doesn't work with one of them. So it can be a bit frustrating. What is the user experience like right now? Like, for example, I download your app, right? So what happens next?
So if the app would be on a Play Store, on an Apple Store, if you download it, basically you would get a registration form where you give us some information about yourself. As you are a business and it's a business-to-business relation, we would have to have like a VAT number or something, so we actually can find you in a register, so that we have a proof that you are a business. And then basically we would need an email address, because the onboarding process now is like you scan a QR code to actually encrypt into the application. Then you will basically see a terminal, which is a number block and an input field. So that's basically it. And then as a waiter, you will punch in like the amount in Swiss francs, in euros, in dollars at the moment. The application will do an exchange, not an exchange, will do the calculation to Satoshis, and then presents you an LN invoice. And with this, you can use any Lightning wallet, because we're using the LN invoice standard. And then the customer pays, and that's it basically.
Maybe I want to add quickly also that the business owner will be able to add as many employees or devices also as they want. So there's no limit for that. And the employees will not be able to access the wallet. So that's an important feature for all those wallets, that it's not that your employees cannot just send away your funds, right? So that's probably clear.
Golden Bitcoin on Voltoro, golden Bitcoin on Voltoro, golden Bitcoin on Voltoro, golden Bitcoin on Voltoro.
Voltoro is the exchange where you deal with honest and hard money. There's no fiat on-ramp or off-ramp, and you get to diversify your Bitcoin portfolio into gold or silver when you sense that a bearish moment is coming. Also, you can instantly trade your gold for Bitcoin to buy the dip. And if you're into gold custody, Voltoro can also send you the gold that you own directly from their insured Swiss vaulting facilities. Voltoro was launched in the aftermath of the Mt. Gox hack. So since 2015, they have published monthly glass books to prove that they own all the gold reserves and all of their customers' money. Sign up today by going to voltoro.com/Bitcoin takeover. Keep in mind that this is not financial advice and you are responsible for your own decisions. Wasabi Wallet is the perfect Bitcoin privacy wallet. It's free, it's open source, it's available on Windows, macOS, and Linux, and it offers groundbreaking Chaumian CoinJoins, which makes your Bitcoin. Even if you do not use the CoinJoin feature, you still benefit from a trustless experience with block filters, a hidden IP address via Tor, and easy management of your wallet outputs. After you deal with KYC exchanges like Coinbase, like Kraken, Binance, Gemini, or Bitfinex, you can remove the association between your identity and your Bitcoin address by performing a few rounds of CoinJoins. To find out more about the privacy benefits and limitations of CoinJoins, listen to Bitcoin Takeover Podcast Season 6, Episode 6 with Max Hilbrand. And if you want to give Wasabi a try, go to wasabiwallet.io and download the wallet for free. Wasabi Wallet, a Bitcoin privacy wallet for the citadels. Yeah, so here's the hardest question that usually Bitcoin and Lightning businesses receive. How are you planning to monetize this? How are you going to make it profitable? Because everyone expects you to open source everything. And obviously you have the advantage that you know what you're about to do next. So even if someone copies you, you have the best ideas with which you're going to go forward, and that's your competitive advantage. But how are you planning to make money out of it?
So, of course, we cannot work for free. It would be nice. So we have a commission that we take, so a transaction fee for each transaction. That's how we can sustain our business. And on the other side, in the future, we'll also work together with exchanges that it's easier to get into the whole space. So if you have the wallet installed, you still have zero fund, right? So you need to get your wallet funded, and one way will be that you do an exchange. So there we will also get some fee. But that's the two ways we will make money in the end, so sustain our business.
So you're going to collect transaction fees by having the payers route their payments through your nodes and channels, and also by integrating exchanges that may give you commission for allowing customers to buy Bitcoin from them, right? Yeah, sounds promising. So what does the project look like right now? Like, would you describe it as an alpha phase or something? And what do you think it's going to look like in a few months when you feel like you need to get out of stealth mode?
So once we will get out, we will surely be Bitcoin to Bitcoin in the beginning. So it will be only Bitcoin payments, no fiat payments. So that will be the case, and it will be very simple to use. So that's what is something that we find very important. That it's really for an employee. It's no tool to learn or anything. It's just it's you don't need to learn it. So you can just use it as you go. And it will be very simple for the business owner to manage the employees. And on the other side, it will be very simple to get the accounting in place for a business. So we will be supportive on that side with proper exports that can be either imported or at least easily managed with the accounting tools the businesses use. Because there's always a question, right? Now I'm using Bitcoin, but how do I use it in an accounting way? So that's another part.
Nowadays, it seems like it's a big problem to have your money, to possess it, to not have it confiscated by your government, by any other entity that's trying to censor your payments. And Lipa is obviously non-custodial, but you're going to have like roles within that account that people create. And you're going to have like the business owner, and you're going to have the waiters, for example. Is there any way for the business owner to take money from the waiters or censor their payments or block their accounts or whatever? Are there any roles or limitations involved?
As Patrick earlier said, like we have currently it's a 2-tier role system. So there's this business owner and there are the employees. Probably usually they are waiters. So how does this happen? So the waiter installs Lipa as well on his phone or on his tablet, and the business owner just creates a new employee in his application and shows a QR code to this employee. So he scans the QR code with Lipa and is instantly able to create invoices. So as in the waiter will always work on behalf or act on behalf of the business. There's no freezing funds or nothing. So if the employer decides that he does not want to have this employee anymore, he just deleted it, or he can temporarily inactivate this employee. So,
and this will not have any effect on the employee's wallet, private wallet. So it's important that for the employee, basically, it's just a terminal, a payment terminal for that business that they're using, and for the business, it means the employee will just have access to receive money through their terminal.
Right, this looks very promising, and I like that you focus on interface. And the joke that I told Bastian when we met like 30 minutes ago was, when are you going to get Dua Lipa to promote your product? At which point during your development? Is that on the roadmap?
It's funny that you mentioned this, because this is when we were coming up with the name, and that was a long story. But when we came up with that, we Googled, of course, the name to see if there's any weird content. And the only interesting content was actually really that we could find is Dua Lipa, and we thought, probably it's not that bad. Maybe it could be a promotion in the future. So it's funny that you asked, because we also thought about exactly that. So if Dua Lipa watches your or listens to your podcast, please contact us.
I also want to ask you about the fact that you're based in Switzerland, as far as I understand. Is the legislation different there as compared to the European Union? And is it better to operate from Switzerland as a business as opposed to, let's say, Germany or France?
Of course, the legal situation is totally different for each country. for us, it makes sense for several reasons to be in Switzerland. One being how the stability. So it's not just tomorrow. It will be different from today how the regulation is, and it's quite easy to follow what's the developments. And as many people probably know, Bitcoin. Crypto Valley is in Zug, and a lot of Bitcoin companies that we also partner or try to partner with are there. So it makes sense for synergies, and to operate a payment as a payment provider, it has many implications in each country. So it doesn't really matter where you're located, because you will have in several countries you will have to have a license anyways in the country. So
So I guess this is my last question for now. How can people follow your project, and on which platform would you prefer that they follow you? Do you have a Twitter or a GitHub or some other platforms where they can see what you have released and get in touch with you, maybe give you hints about the code that you're developing or give you feedback?
Currently, the most active account is actually on Twitter. It's Lipa_BTC. And we don't have any other platforms where we are very active at the moment. As Patrick said, like, we are going to extend our team with a marketing person. And as soon as we have somebody, we will probably ramp up some other platforms, but we don't know yet. GitHub, there is a GitHub account, but we use it privately at the moment for the known reasons. And as I said, Twitter is the best thing you can find at the moment.
Do you have personal accounts?
Yes, I have a personal account, but I usually use the Lipa BTC account.
Okay, so we will not be seeing how you should post because you did not promote your personal Twitter account. So thank you very much, guys, and I look very much forward to seeing how this develops and what you're going to do in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much as well.
Commercial break. Golden Bitcoin on Voltoro, golden Bitcoin on Voltoro, golden Bitcoin on Voltoro, golden Bitcoin on Voltoro.
Voltoro is the exchange where you deal with honest and hard money. There is no fiat on-ramp or off-ramp, and you get to diversify your Bitcoin portfolio into gold or silver when you sense that a bearish moment is coming. Also, you can instantly trade your gold for Bitcoin to buy the dip. And if you're into gold custody, Voltoro can also send you the gold that you own directly from their insured Swiss vaulting facilities. Voltoro was launched in the aftermath of the Mt. Gox hack. So since 2015, they have published monthly glass books to prove that they own all the gold reserves and all of their customers' money. Sign up today by going to voltoro.com/Bitcoin takeover. Keep in mind that this is not financial advice and you are responsible for your own decisions. Wasabi Wallet is the perfect Bitcoin privacy wallet. It's free, it's open source, it's available on Windows, macOS, and Linux, and it offers groundbreaking Chaumian coin joins, which makes your Bitcoin. Even if you do not use the coin join feature, you still benefit from a trustless experience with block filters, a hidden IP address via Tor, and easy management of your wallet outputs. After you deal with KYC exchanges like Coinbase, like Kraken, Binance, Gemini, or Bitfinex, You can remove the association between your identity and your Bitcoin address by performing a few rounds of coin joins. To find out more about the privacy benefits and limitations of coin joins, listen to Bitcoin Takeover Podcast Season 6, Episode 6 with Max Hilbrand. And if you want to give Wasabi a try, go to wasabiwallet.io and download the wallet for free. Wasabi Wallet, a Bitcoin privacy wallet for the citadels.